Assalamu alaikum and hello again. We are solving winter 2019 question paper 2. It is the syllabus 9626, the IT for the AS. Now we are solving questions. Start of question number 6. We are skipping the movie and the audio. Now describe 5 benefits of normalization. Now, in evidence 2, you have to talk about normalization. You can find it in your book. You can find it also in the booklet. They are talking here about 7 of benefits for the normalization. You can find any 5, which is talking the first one, not to have redundant data. It is smaller in size, so less money needs to be spent on the storage. Also, as there's less data to search through, so it will be faster to run the query for the data. As there no redundant data, there is better data integrity and less risk of mistakes. Also, there is no redundant data. It means less chance of storing 2 or more different copies of the data. Also, one change can be made which can instantly be cascaded across any related records because of the referential integrity. Also, data is grouped logically within the data structure, and also normalized databases only contain atomic data. So find any 5 and you will get your full mark. Now question number 7. It's talking about a screenshot of some query in the database. A query has been designed to help a company which sells cars to search their database, analyze and evaluate this query. Now they are talking about this row. As you see, it is talking about 6 marks to get this full mark in this question. Now make, it is between brackets in the criteria, enter vehicle make. Also here between the brackets, enter vehicle model, enter code for fuel type. So when I see this in the criteria between the square brackets, so I remember that they are talking about dynamic query. Dynamic query, as you know, it's talking about a query with variant or varying criteria. Every time we can change the make, the model, the fuel. We are not talking about constant values or parameters. So as you see here, they are talking about analyze and evaluate the given dynamic query. It is dynamic parameter query, easier for user than hard coding the vehicle make, model and fuel type into static query. A reason why less user expertise is needed. The user only has to complete 3 dialog boxes. Setting up a query in this way means that it is more flexible than the static parameter query. It can be used over and over again without having to ever go back into the query design view. Using this dynamic query limits the search criteria to only these 3 fields. So most of these points are working and talking about a reason why less user expertise is needed. So because I don't need somebody who's expert in the database to work in this field just to make the query. So this is also done. Now they are talking here practically to work on some database. Employees in Ilmau who work with tourists have to be registered. This data will be stored in a database. All reports must be designed to fit A4 page in portrait orientation and to be single page wide. All text must be at least 12 points high as a font size. All reports produced must be of a professional standard. The client has decided that all database field names must be short, meaningful, consistent in style. Field names may contain underscores but not spaces. So this is for sure is done for us. I have to take care about these specifics. Now, using a suitable software, open and examine the data in the file employees.txt, which is text file. Use this data to create relational database normalized to know a third normalizing form, the third NF. It is 39 marks, so you can spend like an hour to work on this just to find out. Now, if I want just to open the file, you will find it like this. Nobody can work on this, so close it please. Go to the Excel and from data, external data, from text, and get your work here. Okay, you can copy and paste, but sometimes it may make some mistakes. Now, if we have, yes, we have date, I have to take care about the date, DMY. Now, I brought the data. Here the data, empty. Okay. So now we can work with this data, make it visible, and find out what do we have. This is the original file now. I have forename, surname, date of birth, job, place of employment, the address of employment, date of employment. So as you see, we are talking about two different things. One of them is talking about the employees, and the other one is talking just only about the address and the office, as you see. So I can do it like the following. This is here, it's talking about the employee and the place of employment that they are working in. Now the address is with the employment, can be in another file which is talking just only about the place. Now here the place and the address. Back to the previous file. Now the address, I don't need it here, but I need the place as the name of the office or the employer, so I will keep this. Date of employment that started for each one of these employees. Now we have to find out the names of the fields. Surname, forename, date of birth, I can make it as birth date. Job, it will be as job. Place of employment, I can name it as employer. Code, and date of employment started, I can name it as date started or started date. Okay, now this is done, and here the employer. As you see, after we have done this work, we can make the place of employment as employment code address 1, address 2, address 3, and address 4. Okay, now after this, save your work. Now we have no duplicates here, we have no missing data. I have no duplicates here. I can use them as the employment code, or I can make it as just only. Okay, leave it. Now save. Yes. And save. It's okay now. Here in my new database, get external, browse, employees. Okay, be careful about my data. In case. Okay, date and date. I have to check about this is date and date also, so it will be okay. Next, and I may add a new primary key as the ID, or use surname, forename with birth date to be my composite key, but I prefer to use my unique number, so it will be like this. And employees, I want just to check the date, it's working well. I have no boolean or any of currency, so no design is done or needed. Now employers or offices, as you like. First row contains, and just okay. Now advanced, all are text. We have no boolean, it is just only names. Now also here I will choose this as my primary key. Now employers, database relationship, add close employer with the employer. Here it will be one too many, referential integrity, and 2. So to make an evidence for my relationship, it will be more professional. And by this we have done question 8. Now question 9, a local business wants to present award on the 1st of December in 2019 to younger employees who on this date will have been in the same employment for over 10 years. So create a report with an appropriate title containing details of employees born after 1990, so they are the younger, so that it is grouped and formatted like this. As you see, we have here the job code, then the address, the name of the employer, here date of birth and date of employment, and also we have the title of the report like this. Okay, so let's do the query first. Now query wizard, simple. I will get from here everything, then surname, name, and job, also start date. Now it is step 9. For now, design, it will be less than 2/12/2009 to get the 10 years. The date of birth, it will be greater than or equal 1/1/191, which is the first date after 1990. Okay, so view, these are my records in this result. So back and create the report. Here report wizard, I will get job as the first, then I will take them all after, next, and here is my work, all the fields I need. Grouping, I will make the group by job, then I will add all of these in the design. It will be portrait, it's okay. And here we have step 9 and finish. Now let's work on the design. I don't want all of you. Now I will expand the job header, which is the group. Now I will get all of this and address. Now here to get my fields, and I will clear this one and stretch. No need for this wasted space. Now I'm working on just, and also okay. Now let's check our situation. Now it's working here in the layout. We need to expand the date and to drag this date to here. Now we have to check with the design. Here I want it as black with white font, so let's go to the design. It will be easier here. This is black, so black and white font, large font, like what to talk. It is a word, it will be awards to younger employees. You have to get the title from the question. Awarded younger employees. Who have been in the same employment for 10 years now. Here I have to make a label with my name, should be in white, and larger, and to find out report prepared by report okay, save it. Now back, I have to make this as them, no changes, but these will be changed. These both should be in dark gray and this in light gray, and both, all of them should be in white. And let me check now. This should be darker. Now also we should find that this one should be sometimes in white again. Question 10. Create a report to display only the employees who are trainees. So this is a condition. Identify for each job described how many trainees work in each place of employment. The report must have an appropriate title, display grid lines, be in tabular format, and display the place of employment as row headings. Do not include totals for each place of employment. So it will be cross-tab, and I have here a condition of trainees. I can do it in the cross-tab as criteria. Also, I can do it as a simple query to find out just only the fields. Then I can work on the cross-tab. So it's either this or that. It will make no difference because all of the fields are in the same table. So let's work in create, query wizard, cross tab, and OK, employees, table. Now the row heading should be the job. The column heading, it will be, no, the employer code will be the row, and the job will be the column. Here the ID will be account, and employees cross tab, finish. So I don't need all of these. I have to make my restriction or criteria. So go to the query design, and here for the job in the criteria I will write trainee. So I have the trainees here for the employer code, and by this the query is done. Close it. Yes. Now the report wizard, choose them all, next, next, and next, make it a block, next, and finish. Now this is my report. I have to make some changes like the title and so on. Now all of these will be in border style, not to be transparent, it will be solid, and the color should be in black, border color. Now save and view. Now it's like a table, but I have to make them close together. So traineeship, and so on. For this I have just only Now I have to work on this trainee employees and locations. I have to add my name, delete this, and I can work on this by label or from the design, which is easier. This is the design, the page footer, and here is my name. Okay. Now save and view. This is my work as requested. Now I have to export this work as PDF, then to save my database. So back here and close, export to PDF in my working area. Here is my working area under the name trainee candidate number for J014. Okay, and publish. When they talk about to rename your database. So this means the following: close your database, back here to your work area and name it. Now save your database as, followed by your name. Okay, something like candidate number. So by this I have saved my work and my exam has finished. Save your evidence document and done. See you next exam.